If you're over 45 and wiser, you already know this. Marriage costs freedom. Single life means control your time, your money, your peace. Today, 7 shocking reasons men are avoiding marriage in 2025. Stay for reason number 6. Why sex isn't worth the trade anymore. And the one shift that protects your sanity. Bridge clarity before commitment. Before you add anyone to your life in 2025, run a quick audit. 3 M's. Money. Mood. Meaning, money. Are your finances clean, tracked, and calm? No hidden debts. No secret loans. You know your burn rate, your savings rate, your runway. Mood. Your baseline emotional state is steady. You sleep well. You're not volatile without cause. You can say no without guilt. And yes, without fear. Meaning, your days have purpose without a partner. Work. Craft. Training. Friendships. Service. You already feel useful, alive, and grounded. If any M is shaky, fix it first. Marriage magnifies what it meets. Meet it stable, or don't meet it at all. The boundaries contract, non-legal. Personal clarity, not a prenup. A plain English alignment doc you write for yourself. Short, direct, read monthly. Time, I protect 2 evenings a week for me training. Reading, recovery, money. I never co-sign debt. I never merge accounts before 2 full years. Home, my home remains my base. Any relocation is slow, optional, and reversible. Conflict, we repair fast. No silent treatments, no weaponized affection. Sex, honest desire only. No duty, no barter, no ledger. Friends and family, my inner circle stays. No isolation, no ultimatums. Exit, if peace falls below baseline for 90 days, we pause it, review, and reset. You aren't asking permission. You're stating conditions for your own sanity. If you date deliberately. 2025 checklist. Consistency over chemistry. Butterflies fade. Patterns stay. Watch the boring weeks. How does she handle routine? Delays. And nothing to do? Money hygiene. Not the income. The habits. Tracking. Saving. Restraint. Conflict style. Does she punish with silence? Keep score. Recruit allies. Accountability. Can she say, I was wrong, and change next week? Respect for autonomy. Encourages your gym hour. Your craft. Your friendships. Past endings. How she describes exes is how she'll describe you later. Timeline. Add 24-36 months to whatever feels right now. Time reveals what charm can hide. Remember, selection beats correction. Choose well, or choose not at all. If you still consider marriage, minimal viable safeguards, not advice. A minimum to protect your identity, peace, and assets. Dual counsel. Each of you has independent legal advice from day one. Slow merge. Keep finances separate for 24 months. Track all shared costs. Co-living pilot. 6-12 months with written household expectations. No rush clauses. No pressure tied to dates, holidays, or life events. Document reality. Save agreements. Budgets. Calendars. Memory is romantic. Paper is precise. Conflict ritual. Weekly check-ins. 1 hour. Phones off. Problems on paper. Exit plan. If either wants out, the path is calm, clear, and pre-agreed. If that feels unromantic, ask yourself which is more romantic. A clear, durable love, or a confused, fragile one. Designing single life, so it's not waiting. It's living. Health, lift, walk, sleep, non-negotiable. Home, make it yours. Quiet corners, strong light, clean desk. Work, something you respect, even if the world doesn't clap. Craft, build, write, fix, play hands busy, mind steady. Brotherhood, A table of men you can call at midnight. Play, hikes, ball games, road trips. Soon on your face. Service. Mentor a younger man. Teach what you wish you knew. Solitude. Learn to like your own company. That is freedom's core. You're not avoiding marriage because you're afraid of love. You're protecting the conditions where love, if it ever arrives, can breathe. If this framework helps, type clarity in the comments. If you're building your boundaries contract this week, type drafting. Reason 2, commitment rewrites, your identity. Let's talk about identity. In dating, you're yourself. In marriage, you're a role. Provider, partner, peacemaker, planner. Roles aren't bad, but roles without boundaries are a slow eraser. You compromise once, then twice, then daily. At some point, you look in the mirror and ask, when did I stop choosing my own life? Mature men have learned that freedom is oxygen. When oxygen drops, you don't argue philosophy. You find air. Here's how identity quietly rewrites itself after 45. Your calendar shifts. Your friends drift. Your hobbies shrink to fit shared routines. Your workout becomes maybe tomorrow. Your career moves bend around someone else's comfort. None of it feels dramatic. All of it accumulates. Decision fatigue sets in. You stop voicing preferences because every preference becomes a debate. You self-edit. You avoid conflict. You pick silence over friction until silence becomes your new personality. Marriage after 45 often arrives with built-in expectations. Merge finances. Relocate households. Align schedules. Inherit old dramas and new obligations. And run the marathon of us, when both partners already lived a lifetime of me. That's not a moral problem. It's an identity problem. Two completed lives don't fuse without cost. If you've rebuilt yourself after divorce or a long breakup, you know how precious peace is? You also know how fast "we should" can suffocate it. We should host. We should travel here. We should help them. Soon, you're living inside a storm of shoulds, with no shelter of self. Practical frame. The 4 P's of boundaries. People. Places. Priorities. Practices. People. Who stays in your inner circle? Who doesn't? No isolation. No ultimatum. Places. Which spaces restore you? Gym? Workshop. Trail. Quiet room? Non-negotiable access. Priorities. Health. Craft. Work you respect. Time with your kids. They don't move unless you say so. Practices. Weekly training. Daily reading. Monthly solo day. Rituals that anchor you. Simple boundary scripts help. I'm free Friday. Not Thursday. I don't co-sign debt. I keep 2 evenings a week for training. I won't argue when either of us is hungry or exhausted. Let's schedule it. You won. Short. Calm. Repeated. A man I coached kept a list called Things I Don't Choose Anymore. It started small living room color. The couch. The weekend schedule. It ended big friendships. Hobbies. A career pivot he delayed for years. He wasn't angry. He was depleted. He had traded identity for acceptance. Oxygen for approval. When he left, he didn't chase revenge. He rebuilt Saturday mornings. He called 3 old friends. He lifted again. He took the job he had parked in the someday folder. Breathing returned. Metaphors help you see it. Your identity is a bank account. Compromise is a withdrawal. Make too many, and you go bankrupt quietly, politely, completely. Or the airplane rule, mask yourself first, or you pass out while trying to help. No air, no you, no relationship, or a garden. Overcommitment is foot traffic. Every step is small. The lawn is gone before you notice. Identity doesn't vanish in a day. It fades in the name of harmony. Mature men aren't anti-harmony. They're pro-oxygen. They protect the self that makes harmony possible. If you've ever felt your identity fading in a relationship, drop boundaries below. Reason 3. Legal and financial exposure isn't abstract. You've heard the stories. You may have lived them. Divorce risk is asymmetric. You can give your best years, your best effort, your best money, and still lose the house, the schedule with your kids, and a chunk of income for years to come. No, this isn't fear-mongering. It's risk management. Mature men respect risk. They don't gamble what took 25 years to build, for terms they don't control, written by a system they don't run. Here's what exposure really looks like in real life. Asset division. Not just what you earn together, but what you accidentally commingled. Joint titles, shared accounts, refinancing a house in both names, a remodel paid with your bonus into a property that isn't fully yours on paper. That paper matters. Alimony and support. Not always. Not everywhere. But possible, sometimes long. Sometimes heavy. Even when you were faithful. Even when the breakup wasn't your idea. Legal friction. Lawyers. Filings. Hearings. Delays. Discovery requests that vacuum your time, your attention, your energy. Every hour spent preparing documents is an hour not building your future. Opportunity cost compounds faster than interest. Emotional drag. You can't do deep work while living inside a legal hurricane. Your sleep fractures. Your training slips. Your decision quality drops. Bad choices follow. Reputation risk. Friends get triangulated. Family takes sides. Your name enters stories you didn't write. Even a fair outcome can feel like a public autopsy. Prenups? Advisable. Sensible. Also, not foolproof. Courts can decide fairness differently than you did. You can follow the rules and still watch them get rewritten mid-game. A prenup is a seatbelt, helpful in a crash, not a force field. So what can a mature man actually do? Separate systems. Your accounts are your accounts. Track shared expenses like a small business. Date. Amount. Category. Who benefited. Paper trail. Save agreements. Save calendars. Save transfer notes. Memory is romantic. Paper is precise. No co-signing. Debt ties last longer than feelings. If it's not your car, not your card, not your contract, don't sign. Title discipline. Before you add names to deeds, titles, or businesses, ask, if this ended tomorrow, would I regret this signature? A cooling off rule. No major joint decisions within 90 days of big emotions moves. Layoffs. Illnesses. Windfalls. Clarity beats urgency. A conflict ritual. Weekly check-ins. Phones off. One page. Money. Time. Chores. Plans. Small repairs prevent big ruptures. If you're already in deep, protect your future self. Pause new entanglements. Audit accounts. Document reality. Get independent counsel if needed. Not to start a war. To end confusion. Metaphor. It's like buying a risk-free umbrella that only opens in sunshine. When the storm hits, the fine print hits harder. Mature men aren't cynical. They're sober. They prefer clear numbers to fuzzy promises. They prefer reversible steps to irreversible vows. They prefer sleep at night to fireworks at noon. If you believe financial peace is non-negotiable after 45, hit. Like so, more men see this. Reason 4. Equality changed the deal, in a good way. Feminism changed the map. Careers, income, independence, choice. For women and for men, in 2025, adults don't need marriage to legitimize love, travel, or a shared life. You don't have to buy the farm to enjoy the field. Connection is elective, not compulsory. That's not cynicism, that's clarity. When both people can stand alone, they finally choose together without leverage, without ultimatums, without marriage as the toll booth to intimacy or stability. What does that look like in practice? 2 complete individuals, 2 full calendars, 2 bank accounts that are already balanced. They meet in the middle because it adds peace, not pressure. If it stops adding peace, they step back without detonating their lives. This is why many mature men aren't running from commitment. They are running towards symmetry, a relationship that respects autonomy, affection without obligation, care without control, Living apart together is one modern shape. You keep a home base, she keeps hers. Nights together are chosen, not owed. Holidays are negotiated, not demanded. You travel together when it multiplies joy. And you travel solo when it feeds your soul? No guilt, no drama, no ledger. Money becomes simpler when the deal is clear. You cover your life, she cover hers. Shared experiences are split transparently. No secret debt, no quiet co-signing, no surprise. This is ours now, purchases that bind you legally. Time becomes cleaner too. You protect your training block, your craft, your friendships. She protects hers. If a conflict arises, you schedule it and repair fast. No silent treatments. No weaponized withdrawal. Warmth stays warm because it isn't currency. A 2-year-old friend dated a woman in her late 42nd. They never discussed marriage because their lives already worked. He had a business and 2 grown kids. She had a leadership role and a home she loved. They made a companion pact. 3 lines. Plainly written. But choose weekends, not weeknights. Unless planned a week ahead. We split trips down the middle and keep our homes separate. We tell the truth, even when it risks the relationship. It lasted because neither needed to win, they were there to enrich, not to acquire. Equality also cleans up dating incentives. Men stop overpaying with permanent vows for temporary chemistry. Women stop pretending dependence to extract security. Both sides show up as adults. Or they don't show up at all. Pressure fades. Presence remains. Metaphors clarify the shape. 2 complete circles overlap to form a lens. The overlap is the relationship. The circles don't have to disappear. Or think of a bridge. Not a merger. A bridge connects 2 strong banks. It doesn't erase them. Or 2 musicians jamming. Each has a distinct sound. Together, they create something richer. Neither has to sign away their instrument. If you still want a shared address one day, symmetry still helps. Pilot the routine first. Keep finances separate for a season. Write expectations in plain language. Rehearse the life you claim to want. If the rehearsal is chaotic, the show won't save it. The gift of equality is agency on both sides. Love chosen freely, not extracted. Support offered openly, not negotiated in court. Autonomy preserved, so intimacy can breathe. If you value relationships without legal pressure, comment, mutual. Reason 5. Happiness is an inside job. Add only when you're whole. This might be the most undertaught principle in relationships. Do not add a partner to fix emptiness. If your money is shaky, your health is sliding. Your career is misaligned. Your home is chaotic. And your identity is foggy. Romance won't heal it. It will magnify it. Mature men have learned to stabilize first. Money right. Home right. Schedule right. Values clear. Lifestyle aligned. Body maintained. Mind quiet. Only then, only when life is firing on all cylinders. Do you consider adding a woman? Not to complete you, but to complement you. Here's a simple framework to make this real. Solo stability test. 30 days. Can you enjoy 3 quiet evenings a week without reaching for distraction? Can you keep your sleep, training, and meals steady on weekends? Can you spend a full Sunday solo, no dates, no apps, and end the day calm? I'm not empty? If yes, you're closer than you think. If no, build capacity first. The 7 alignments. In practice, money. Track every dollar for 60 days. Non-you debt. Emergency fund alive. If a relationship started tomorrow, your budget would not wobble. Home. Clear surface. Working kitchen. A corner that restores you light. Share. Books. If your house holds you well, you won't beg someone else to. Schedule. Fixed anchors. Training. Work blocks. Brother time. Sleep. A partner fits around anchors. Anchors don't get erased. Values. Write 3 you will not trade. Integrity. Health. Family time. Decisions get easy when values are non-negotiable. Lifestyle. Design days you would keep even if no one ever watched. Walks. Craft. Service. Learning. When today is meaningful, tomorrow doesn't need rescuing. Body. Lift. Walk. Stretch. Sleep. Pain down. Energy up. Your nervous system is your leadership. Mind. Read daily. Journal briefly. 5 quiet minutes at dawn. You regulate yourself before you ask anyone to co-regulate with you. Red flags that you're not whole yet. You feel urgent about coupling. You fantasize a future on date 2. You cancel the gym to keep early momentum. Spending spikes to impress. Your friendships thin out while the romance expands. You start outsourcing sleep, calm, and meaning to someone you barely know. Green flags that you're ready. You like your own company. You can say no without over-explaining. You pace the connection instead of accelerating it. You protect anchors without apology. Curiosity beats control. You can let a good moment be good. And let a quiet week be quiet. At 60, one client told me, I waited till my life felt full on its own. When I finally dated again, I wasn't needy. I was choosy, calm, clear. He kept his anchors, she kept hers. They met where life multiplied. When a trip strained schedules, they paused. Not panicked. When work demanded, they rescheduled. Not resented. The relationship fit the life, not the other way around. Practical micro habits. You can start this week. 3-pillar journal. 5 minutes a night. What fed my body? Mind. And work today? What will I feed tomorrow? Sunday reset. Plan meals. Training. Top 3 tasks. Text a brother to lock a walk or lift. Set one small reward for Friday night. Peace budget. List 5 things that reliably lower stress. A long walk. Heavy sets. A clean room. A hot shower. A book at dusk. Use one every day before you text anyone. Don't build a second story on a shaky foundation. Fix the ground. Then decide if you need the view. Or think of an engine. You don't bolt on a turbo before the tune. Tune first. Then, maybe, add power. If you do add a partner from wholeness, the tone changes. You're not interviewing a rescuer. You're inviting a collaborator. You're not handing over the steering wheel. You're offering a seat on a road you already love to drive. If you agree wholeness comes before romance, type full first. Reason 6. Sex isn't worth the trade anymore. This is the open loop I promised. Yes, sex matters. Yes, chemistry counts. But ask a mature man a simple question. What are you willing to trade for it? In your 20-second or 30-second, novelty seems priceless. By your late Karens. 50-second, 60-second, novelty has a pattern. And the price is clearer. If the cost of sex is permanent obligation, legal exposure, chronic conflict, and the slow erosion of autonomy, many men simply say no. Not because they can't, because they choose not to. Why the price feels higher now? Scarcity collapsed, access is everywhere. But the hidden costs went up. Entanglement. Expectation. Escalation. What starts as casual can convert into a life contract if you ignore momentum. The escalation ladder. Step by step. Sleepovers become the default. A drawer appears in your dresser. Then keys. Then a pet together. Then a shared lease. Then, we should talk marriage. None of these steps is evil. All of them are sticky. If you don't set rails early, the ladder climbs itself. The real price tags you should count. Time price, messages, logistics, sleep disruption, recovery, attention price, fewer deep work blocks, less training, weaker focus, money price, dinners, trips, little, joint purchases that become joint claims, legal price, shared addresses, co-signed anything, paper trails that look like partnership, identity price, micro, compromises that become macro routines, peace price, the background hum. You can't turn off once emotion is on the line. If you still choose intimacy, choose it in a way that protects your peace. Separate addresses, separate accounts, separate calendars, clear talk before contact, not after the fact. If either of you wants more, you slow down, not speed up. If either of you weaponizes withdrawal, you pose, not chase. The 48-hour rule. No big decisions. Within 48 hours of intimacy. No keys. No moving boxes. No plane tickets. Limbic surges are not strategy. Let chemistry cool, then see what remains. The 3 filters for sane intimacy. Volition. Are you both choosing clearly? Not coping with loneliness or stress. Values. Does this align with your health? To work. And non-negotiables. Velocity. Is the pace respectful of your anchor's sleep? Training? Money? Family? The hearth principle. Sex is fire. Warm in a hearth you control. Dangerous when it jumps to the curtains. A hearth has boundaries. Brick. Tools. Routine. Your boundaries are time limits. Sleep discipline. And a clean exit if peace drops. Scripts that prevent drift. I keep my own place. Overnights are planned. Not default. I don't merge money or pets. I don't sign leases with people I'm dating. I protect my training nights. If that's a problem, let's not force it. I'm here for honesty, not escalation. If we want more, we'll agree slowly. A 5-8-year-old told me, I've been on the roller coaster 1,000 times. Ça me ride. Different paint. What I won't trade anymore is my peace. He didn't quite intimacy. He quit chaos. He kept a morning routine. A cash envelope for fun. And a rule. No, overnights back to back. If a connection couldn't respect those rails, he walked. His sleep improved. His work sharpened. Ironically, his best relationship arrived when he stopped treating chemistry like a contract. Common objections. Answered. Isn't this cold? No, this is warm with walls. Won't she leave if I don't escalate? Then she wanted escalation. Not you. Doesn't love require risk? Yes, calculated risk. Not blind exposure. Micro habits to start this week. A curfew for your phone. No late night spirals. Training before dates. Not after. A standing breakfast with a friend for debriefs and reality checks. A monthly boundary review. What slid? What holds? What changes? Sex is fire. Warm in a hearth you control. Dangerous when it burns down the house. Or think of a casino. You don't bet the paid-off house to feel a rush at the table. If the minimum buy-in is your freedom, you're at the wrong table. Bottom line, if intimacy enhances your health, work, and peace, keep it. If it taxes your sleep, drains your wallet, and hijacks your calendar, it's too expensive no matter how thrilling the moment. If you've ever protected your peace over a fling, comment, sanity. Reason 7, selection. Not cynicism. How to date safely in 2025. The goal isn't to fear women. It's to master selection. Mature men don't avoid marriage because they hate commitment. They avoid it because they love clarity. Character over chemistry. Values over vibes. Patterns over promises. Consistency over intensity. Here is how selection actually looks in real life. Slow the timeline. Add 2 to 3 years to whatever your heart says now. Time is the only solvent that removes charm. Let it work. Use the 4 labs. Time lab. Can she sustain kindness when there is no novelty? Truth lab. Does she tell the whole story when truth costs her approval? Tension lab. When conflict hits, does she repair or retaliate? Temptation lab. When attention arrives from elsewhere, does she tighten boundaries or shop around? Run the season filters. 90 days. Charm period. Do not escalate life decisions here. 6 months. Watch how she handles stress, money, and boredom. 12 months. See her across holidays. Family dynamics. Travel. 24 months. Observe her real-life events. Sickness. Layoffs. Losses. Wins. Patterns harden. Money hygiene matters. Not the income. The habits. Tracking. Saving. Restraint. No secret debt. No impulsive cosigning. Ask yourself one simple question. If this ends tomorrow, am I still financially clean? Conflict is a window. How fast do you both repair? Are apologies specific? And do behaviors change next week? Is anger a message or a weapon? Do you both take turns yielding? Boredom is data. Great couples survive quiet weeks. No drama. No testing. Can you do errands? Cook. Nap. And still feel close. If she can only connect through chaos, that is not intimacy. That is adrenaline. Watch the calendar and the budget. Are the numbers congruent with the stories? If she says she is overwhelmed, do plans shrink? If she says she is careful with money, do purchases reflect that? Narratives without numbers are just marketing. Check references softly. How does she describe exes? Co-workers. Family. Only villains and only saints are both red flags. Nuance shows maturity. Accountability shows growth. Pilot small projects together. A 3-day trip with a plan and a backup plan. A joint volunteer day with early morning wake-up. A minor home task with shared tools and shared decisions. A plan that gets canceled and rebooked calmly. These mini rehearsals reveal the show. Protect your anchors while dating. Training stays. Sleep stays. Brother time stays. If the romance requires erasing the anchors that keep you sane, the romance is too expensive. Use clear scripts that prevent drift. I do not make major decisions in the first year. I do not merge money or pets. I keep my place. Overnights are planned. Not default. If we ever feel off, we schedule a repair. Not a fight. Green flags. Warmth without pressure. Respect for your time blocks. Direct talk over mind games. A budget that matches reality. Curiosity about your world instead of control over it. Shared laughter on ordinary Tuesdays. Red flags. Escalation speed. Then guilt when you slow down. Silent treatments and scorekeeping. Love that swings hot and cold based on compliance. Financial fog. Isolation from your friends. Future talk used as leverage. Self-check each month. Am I calmer with her around? Am I sleeping as well or better? Are my friendships intact? Is my work sharper? Not fuzzier. If the answer drifts to no across 3 months, step back. Remember the hiring metaphor. Dating is hiring for the most important role in your life. Interview slowly. Test for the work you will actually do together. Check references. Do not outsource the final decision to hormones, holidays, or loneliness. If you marry again, you do it with clarity, not hope. If you never marry again, you are not lesser. You are free and selective by design. Either path is strong when it is chosen, not defaulted. If you would rather be single than sorry, type standards. Recap 7. Shocking reasons, 2025. Wisdom beats wishful thinking. Commitment rewrites identity if boundaries are unclear. Legal and financial exposure is real. Risk is asymmetric. Equality changed. The deal relationships can be chosen, not required. Happiness is an inside job ad only when whole. Sex isn't worth the trade if peace is the price. Selection over cynicism. Slow down. Choose on character. 7 reasons. 1 message. Freedom scales with clarity. Conclusion. Choose peace, not pressure. If you're a mature man in 2025, you don't owe anyone a wedding ring to prove your worth. You've carried careers, families, and expectations long enough. You've earned autonomy over your time, your money, your identity, your peace. Marriage isn't evil. It's expensive financially, emotionally, and legally. If you ever choose it, do it with eyes open, timelines extended, and standards raised. If you don't choose it, you're not failing, you're focusing. Build a life that fits you. Calm mornings, honest work, real friendships, a home that feels like yours, health that lets you move and sleep well, hobbies that light you up. If someone joins that life and multiplies it, great. If not, you're still whole. You're still strong. You're still living on your terms. If this helped, like the video. Comment 1 word, freedom. Share it with a brother who needs a clear head. and subscribe for more straight talk no one else is saying out loud. Stay healthy. Stay sharp. Stay free.